Hello everyone, this is Anupam Sahu. Welcome you all in my YouTube channel PharmaGiab. Today we'll discuss about stability problems in emulsion and how to overcome the problems. So watch till the end of this video for more details. As we know, emulsion preparation is quite difficult than other dosage forms. It requires technical expertise to prepare stable emulsion. That means emulsion should be stable as such till the expiry date or shelf life of the product. Various stability problems may arise in emulsions like creaming, cracking, flocculation, phase inversion, and coalescence. We'll discuss these problems in further slides. These are the instability of emulsions. First one is creaming. That means upward or downward movement of the dispersed globules to form a thick layer. This is the thick layer. Or you can say rising or settling of dispersed globules to form a concentrated layer at the surface or at the bottom of the emulsion. Next is breaking. That means separation of two layers of dispersed and continuous phase. One is continuous phase, another one is dispersed phase. Next is flocculation. Flocculation means joining together of globules to form large clumps or clusters or floccules. These are the floccules. Next is coalescence. That means fusing of globules into larger drop or drops. These are the larger drops. So first one is cracking or breaking. Cracking or breaking means separation of two layers of dispersed and continuous phase. This process involves both coalescence of dispersed globules and separation of dispersed phases. The merits or quality of emulsions are lost since it is not possible to redistribute the globules, and also precise dosage form is impossible. We cannot prepare precise dosage form once cracking or breaking occur. As you know, this is the separation of two layers of dispersed and continuous phase due to coalescence of dispersed phase globules, which are difficult to redisperse by shaking. In this picture you can see separation of two layers. One is dispersed phase and another one is dispersion medium. So this is called cracking. What are the causes behind cracking or breaking? Why cracking and breaking occurs? First one is by addition of emulsifying agents of opposite types. Second is by decomposition of precipitation of emulsifying agents. Third one is by addition of a common solvent. Next is change in temperature. And last one is microorganism. In this diagram you can see this is the original emulsion. Next is sedimentation process will start. Second is flocculation. Third one is coalescence. And fourth one is breaking or cracking. Separation of two layers. This is the dispersed medium and this is dispersed phase, that is settled at the bottom of the container. This is by addition of emulsifying agent of opposite types. Soaps of sodium lauryl sulfate, which is monovalent metal, produce an oil in water emulsion, whereas soaps of calcium lauryl sulfate, divalent metal, produce water in oil emulsion. The process of adding a monovalent soap to a divalent soap emulsion or vice versa can instabilize the emulsion and make them prone to cracking. So if we will add sodium lauryl sulfate to water in oil emulsion, then it will lead to cracking. Next is by decomposition of precipitation of emulsifying agent. When an acid is added to an alkali soap emulsion, it causes the decomposition of emulsifying agent and thus leads to cracking of an emulsion. Similarly, when sodium chloride is added to sodium or potassium soap emulsions, it leads to precipitation of emulsifying agent, thus cracking of emulsion takes place. Next is by addition of a common solvent. When a common solvent is added to an emulsion, which is either miscible with or dissolved the dispersed phase, continuous phase and emulsifying agents, there is a formation of one phase or a clear solution. This leads to cracking of an emulsion. Example, addition of alcohol to turpentine liniment leads to formation of a clear solution. It will form a clear solution because turpentine oil, soft soap and water are soluble in alcohol. So it forms a single solution or clear solution. So cracking and breaking of emulsion occurs. Change in temperature. When temperature increases, it may reduce the viscosity of the emulsion. It leads to creaming and get deteriorate. That means worse condition of the emulsion that we cannot use. When stored in cool or freeze condition, the aqueous phase of an emulsion transforms into ice or ice dispersion medium leads to cracking. Next is microorganism. If the emulsions are not stored properly, which leads to microbial contamination onto the emulsion, hence the microbes get deteriorate the emulsion and leads to cracking. Use appropriate and adequate concentration of preservatives to prevent the microbial growth onto the emulsion. Flocculation. Small emulsion droplets tend to associate with each other to form large clusters or floccules. This process stabilizes the interfacial film and make individual droplets more intact. Therefore, the globules do not combine together and can redisperse on slight agitation. In this picture, you can see the small droplets are joining together. These two droplets are joining together to form floccules. Once floccules formed, then coalescence process will start. This is all about flocculations. Causes of flocculations. Inadequate quantity of emulsifying agent. The dispersed phase volume is high. In both the cases, flocculation may occur. A remedy, a high energy barrier exists in the presence of high charge density on the dispersed droplets. This reduces the occurrence of flocculations. Next is coalescence. It occurs when the mechanical or electrical barrier is insufficient to prevent the formation of progressively large droplets. In this diagram, you can see the small droplets segregates to form flocculations. Again, these floccules get attached with each other and forms larger droplets. This is called coalescence. This refers to the process of thinning and disruption of the liquid film between the droplets with the result of fusion of two or more into larger one. It cannot be redispersed on slight agitation or shaking. In this diagram, you can see this is the stable emulsions. Next, flocculation starts. Next, after flocculation, coalescence starts. In coalescence, the droplets fuse and some water was trapped. Again, larger droplets were started, that is, trapped water diffuses out and forms larger droplets. Causes of coalescence. The structural properties of the interfacial film affect the phenomenon of coalescence. Remedy, an adequate and suitable quantity of emulsifying agent should be added to prevent the coalescence. Creaming. Creaming may be defined as upward or downward movement of dispersed phase globules to form a thick layer at surface of the emulsion or at bottom of the emulsions. Creaming is a temporary phase because it can be redistributed by mild shaking or stirring to get again a homogeneous emulsion. As per Stokes' law, the rate of creaming, that is V is equal to 2g r square d1 minus d2 divided by 9 mu, where V is the rate of creaming, G is the gravitational constant, R is the radius of globules, d1 is the density of dispersed phase and d2 is the density of the continuous phase. Why creaming? What are the factors that affect creaming? First one is radius of the globules. As per Stokes' law, the rate of creaming is directly proportional to the radius of the globules. Larger the size of globules, more will be the creaming, and smaller the size of the globules, lesser will be the creaming. The creaming can be reduced by reducing the size of the globules by passing the emulsion through homogenizer. We will use homogenizer to reduce the particle size of the dispersed globules. Next is difference in density of dispersed phase and continuous phase. Creaming depends upon the difference between the density of the dispersed phase and continuous phase. Greater the difference, more will be the creaming. This is the upward creaming and this is the downward creaming. Next is viscosity of the dispersion medium. The rate of creaming is inversely proportional to the viscosity of the dispersion medium. The viscosity can be increased by adding methyl cellulose or tragacanth, but too much viscosity is undesirable because it may become difficult to redisperse the material which have settled at the bottom. Also, it is difficult to pour the emulsion from the container. Phase inversion. The change of one type of emulsion into other type, that is oil in water type changes to water in oil type and vice versa. What are the causes of phase inversion? That are by changing the emulsifying agent, by changing the phase volume ratio, by addition of electrolytes, by temperature change. Remedy can be minimized by keeping the concentration of dispersed phase between 30 to 60%. The dispersed phase volume should be between 30 to 60%, and we should store the emulsion in a cool place by using proper emulsifying agent in adequate concentration. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you.